The first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the Northern Mine, and the Southern Mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the Northern and Southern Mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the Northern and Southern Mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you. esteemed Soul Masters, the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you.
Okay, guys, and we are back here for the last day of the tournament on the first ever Soul Master tournament here in Soul Land New World. Together with me, of course, Sayora, and we are your casters, and I am Fallen Sanity as well.
Yes, and of course, this is the last day of our tournament wherein we get to witness the winner's bracket that you have seen throughout our journey. And later on, we will be showing you the tournament brackets that we have for, as what Fallen have mentioned, the first ever Soul Masters tournament. And of course, we have witnessed jam-packed of action ever since day one. So I'm pretty excited how everything is going to pan out down to the very last day. Take note, these are the top 2 teams that have advanced in towards our journey.
Yes, starting from the guilds on the first BO1 down to the BO3. We started from the bottom. Now we are up here, and right now we have Fallen Fury and Miji on the finals. The King strategy on the side of Miji and the aggressive gameplay or the non-stop aggression on the side of Fallen Fury will match on the winners bracket right now or the finals. And tonight, Sayora, we're gonna crown the champion of this tournament, of course.
That is correct. And as we've mentioned here, right, we do see the journey of each and our teams. Again, kudos to everyone who have participated in here. The mere fact that you are able to represent your server is a huge, huge deal because again, it's not every day you get an opportunity to represent your turf, right? Especially in the likes of the very first Soul Masters tournament. So right now, as what Fallen have mentioned, we are down to the top 2 teams here in towards the winners bracket.
Yes, and speaking of these 2 teams, here we go. Fallen Fury, ladies and gentlemen, and Miji in front of you. Here is their lineup right now. On the side of Fallen Fury, this is going to be under Visionaire, FF, Vincent, Alone, MM, Toso, Little Bear. On the side of Fallen Fury, and speaking of Miji, the Protect the King strategy, you have first Angie, DJ, Kuzen, Zeus, Kyuki, and the rest of the guys under the banner of Miji.
And I feel like they, deserve a little bit of more recognition here. Because again, we're down to the final 2 teams, to which we are seeing right now. It's very exciting, but as mentioned by Fallen, these are the top 2 teams, the reigning teams that have thrived all throughout our tournament, right? So this is something that's very interesting to see because again, for the members, this is quite an interesting feat because I'm actually looking at some of their stats, some of their scores, combat scores right now, and I'm pretty excited how this is going to pan out because you did mention earlier from Team Miji this is more of a Protect the King type of play. So only means that the so-called king, or you know what? Let's name him. His name's first from Miji, right?
Yes.
Having accumulated the highest points or highest combat points from Team Miji. So basically, that's their tactic, as what Fallen had mentioned, and it really worked well for them, especially during their run. Meanwhile, on the other side of Fallen Fury, although we do see a significant difference in towards their member scores, the mere fact that they do have the numbers as well to compensate. They may not be, they may not have as much of a farther gap in terms of their scores here, but it does matter because again, they do have their correspondent members. They're quite balanced in towards their compositions here. So I'm excited to see the variety that both of these teams have to offer.
And at the same time, on the side of Fallen Fury, they have like a fair enough of members and same firepower as well. But again, guys, let's go ahead on our first Say Yes Ask of the day, and here we go.
Which is later on.
But again, we're gonna select first. There you go, guys. Are you repping server 3, guys? Are you repping server 4? Let us know in the comment section. Are you gonna be repping the banner of Fallen Fury or on the side of Miji, guys? This is the perfect time to support your guild on the comment section.
Indeed. And again, to everyone here, of course, the community, voices do matter. And speaking of matter, you guys matter to us
Yes!
because I will be providing you the very first question of the night. Which martial soul uses flames to deal continuous AoE damage? Again,
Oh.
which martial soul uses flames to deal continuous AoE damage? Is it A, Blue Silver Gross, B, Evil Fire Phoenix, C, Haoshan Hammer, or D, Soft Bone Rabbit? Comment down what you think the correct answer is, and 2 winners of Razor Gold Pins will be chosen for this one. So again, guys, to those who are, very much active,
Yes.
especially in playing the game, this is your opportunity to show your stuff. All you have to do is just comment which you think is the correct answer, and maybe you get a chance to win these pins. Again, for those who aren't chosen, don't you worry. There are more Zaya Asks in store for you later on, so make sure to tune in to the stream. And by the way, also follow the official social media of Solan New World for more updates and news about the game.
Yes, that's actually a tough question that you have there. Fire? Let's go. So again, guys, all of the questions is very easy if you really play the game. Plus, we are actually giving hints as well if you're watching the matches.
Yes.
From time to time, we're actually mentioning the clues for the Zaya's Ass.
I
so,
feel like
yeah.
Fallen has given you guys a ton amount of answers from way back, ever since
Yeah.
day one. If he were to be a teacher, he's going to be the generous one,
the,
because he
the
kind of
professor.
he kind of drops the hints for you guys to make things easier for you. But speaking of easier, I don't think our matches are gonna be as easy
definitely,
as
definitely.
anticipated, because this is a game not just about strat, but at this point it could still be a game of tactics as well, the elements of surprise, because as you can see here, at least from their composition, right, there are differences, definitely, but at the same time it's really up to these teams on how they capitalize on whatever CPs they have and whatever classes
Yes.
that they have in their arsenal that can pave the way towards their victory. But before we actually look at the results of the community poll, right, what are your predictions?
Okay. So again, guys, for those people who haven't followed or the matches on the upper bracket, Fallen Fury actually they actually started from the top seed of the tournament, including on the qualifiers. They actually the number 1. Miji, on the other hand, is actually still, same with Fallen Fury, which is on the upper bracket. They didn't actually lose any matches.
Yes.
But again, close matches indeed. On the side of Miji, Fallen Fury, basically all of them is a snowball play, all mid basically strat. Miji, they're actually forced by Arcane to do some split pushes and all,
Yes.
right? But I think for me, Miji showed their strategy on the previous games. So I believe Fallen Fury has the upper hand on this one, that they have more vision and information about what Miji can do. So I think Fallen Fury is actually prepared for the fight. So I'll go for Fallen Fury because, Fallen's hand.
Yes, this is basically a battle of chess for both of the teams. But again, it really depends though, because you did mention that Fallen Fury does or is proactive throughout the map, right? And is basically, base rushing. But before anything else, let's look at the community results here to see who has the favor
Let's go.
of the crowd. And it's none other than Fallen Fury with 67%. But we do not want to count out Miji as well, because those that actually fall under 30% of the community apparently happens to be the victors. So
Yes.
we do not want to discard yet the strategies of Team Miji. But going back to the point earlier, right? So Fallen Fury, like you've mentioned, Miji was able to dish out a majority or a lot of their strats at this point. Technically, because Fallen Fury is undefeated, at least throughout the scene, they are basically just going for the rush pushing and as well as the base camping in the mining areas. So we have yet to discover what other sides have we, yet to see for Fallen Fury, because there are still a lot of uncharted strategies that we have not witnessed yet in the hands of this team. So maybe that's also, what the community has to say, because of their overwhelming strength as well, maybe in numbers, maybe not through individuals, right? But they capitalize on each of the team that's being drafted wherever they're basically destined to be plotted, right? So maybe because of their leaders' capacity to designate these members in an appropriate timing, and as well as the strat to who gets to counter first, first of Migi, right?
First, yes,
so
exactly.
This is something that I feel like their guild leader is really focused on, because this is they're basically fighting against a team that, okay, let's face it, in terms of CP, this opposing team that Fallen Fury has is quite advantageous, right? But because the CP Fallen Fury is quite balanced in comparison with Migi, they basically compensate it with how they put the lineups of the members.
Exactly. Yes, again, Saya is right about that. I mean, a lot of factors can actually turn up the tides here on both guilds. Migi has more firepower. Yes, they have like the core members up on that almost 2 million on their firepower. But again, Fallen Fury doesn't reveal their strats yet.
Yeah.
So basically, everybody is still on that blind spot on the side of Migi. So they're gonna figure out what's gonna be the practice or what's gonna be the push here on the side of Fallen Fury. And again, guys, in front of you, this is server number 3 on your left side, Fallen Fury. And on your right side, this is Migi, server number 4. And there you have it in front of you. That is First. The one and only First.
Yes, and again, as I checked actually from the previous ones, Team Migi, again, their leader is Angie. Once again, so basically Angie does call the shots for this one. Meanwhile, for Fallen Fury, I'm actually interested on their current lineup right now. Why? Because on the previous day that we were able to witness their fight, it was actually Mo Nianjing who was calling the shots. This time around, it's a different guild leader for this specific matchup.
Whoa.
So I'm pretty excited to see how the appointed guild leader for this one is going to dish out the strat, because like we've mentioned earlier, we have yet to see what Fallen Fury has to offer right now. And for Migi, you mentioned it as well. Yes, although they were able to win their battles as well, but it came into a close quarter. It came into a close combat,
Arcane,
and
yeah.
as well as a clutch even.
Yes.
So this is something that I believe that Fallen Fury was able to really study all throughout, just so that they can amplify whatever tactics that they currently have and what other tactics that they can use against Migi specifically.
Yeah, but again, I think on the side of Migi, they have a longer battle, so basically they have
Yes.
like more uptime on experiencing the entire battlefield
True.
versus on Fallen Fury. Fallen Fury basically is just, their fights are less than like 10 minutes all throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
But on Migi, they can actually experiment. They experience experimenting like split pushes, those push gank strategy as well on their side. But yeah, again, this could favor on the side of Migi since they have more experience and longer battles. But again, Fallen Fury, I like this because again, it has that element of surprise that you don't know what they can actually put or bring in the table, right?
Yes, that's true. And again, we are here at the holding area, as you guys have witnessed earlier, with 50 seconds left for them to optimize their skills, and as well as to prep for any more strats that they could come up with once the game actually starts. So I'm pretty excited. There's really nothing much to say because both of our teams are in the winners brackets, so they have done their part in dominating basically the whole journey, right? So this is just really more of execution at this point, because no matter how much textbook strats that me and Fallen do mention, it's really just about the synergy that both of these teams will basically do once this timer runs out.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, 5 more seconds and we're gonna see the first battle again of the night. again, guys, tonight we're going to crown our champion, guys. Again, if you're going to be siding on the side of Fallen Fury, server number 3, guys, make sure to support them in chat. But if you're going to be on the sides on server number 4, Midgie, also, you know, you need to support them because, again, tonight is the night that we're going to crown the new champion, the new kings of this
Soul
tournament.
Masters.
Yes. Soul Master,
The
indeed.
Soul Masters. Let's see who will be hailed the said Soul Masters in the very first Soul Masters tournament in a few. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead into the game. The very first battle between Fallen Fury and Midgie, starting it off very aggressive.
And there you go, guys. Like what we mentioned, Midgie right now is playing aggressively, using one of their star players, their ace players right now. First, Angie and Paul is actually rushing in. Server number 3, Fallen Fury, is having a disadvantage right now, losing players one by one. Scores right now is actually favoring Midgie. Midgie right now doing the same strat. And as you can see, first right now is moving with that Wings right now, trying to taunt the remaining players of Fallen Fury. Fallen Fury, on the other hand, are jumping one by one. Aika jumped there, but again, that is actually a converted kill right away. Sailor Moon as well died immediately. Guys, somebody needs to stop Midgie right now. They're very aggressive right now. It's like they're on Berserk, taking out the tower right now. Fallen Fury trying to do a backup here, but again, the damage is not enough. The people is not enough on the side of Midgie, and they managed to crush the first tower on our first match. And here you have it, guys. Non-stop aggression. Like we mentioned, there is no stopping on the side of Midgie here, taking out the tower. A few backups now are actually jumping at the back, but again, the reinforcement is not enough. Aika and the rest of the team are jumping in. No plums right now. The rest of the energy is depleted on the side of Midgie. Fallen Fury as well, taking the back. This is what we want to see. Again, guys, Angie is actually in the front. They know where is the weak spot of Midgie. Fallen Fury taking out the remaining players at the back of Midgie right now. This is actually a good strategy right now, and that was really amazing. A good conversion. If Midgie is taking this, definitely Fallen Fury will counterattack and take another one on the hands of Midgie.
I mean, this is again what we have anticipated. This is again what we have anticipated from earlier, right? Because again, we have yet to see what Fallen Fury has to offer here. And meanwhile, Midgie, we have seen them basically trying to run out of options at this point. See? And as right now, you saw earlier how Fallen Fury was able to able to wipe out the members of Midgie. So this is something that we have to consider. Although there was counterplay, there was retaliation coming in from Midgie at the moment. You have to consider the points that were gathered at the moment right now, because again, it's not really just about the middle lanes, but also to be proactive onto the sides. This is basically the bottom area at this point. So they were able to successfully take down another turret, all the more furthering up the points.
Yes, exactly. Right now, I think Midgie got confused right now because again, all throughout the tournament, Fallen Fury is just jumping at the middle, and here we're seeing Fallen Fury switching their strategy from middle to top lane, and they're actually destroying the towers, and they are now in the lead here. Speaking of lead, this is actually almost 4K right now. And Plums right now dropping there. BK Baby is trying to drop there. Again, that's a drop right away, and here we go. Fallen Fury deciding to move at the middle. They're actually done on the top. This is the perfect time to slay off the remaining players on the middle, plus the tower diving in, but the backup is not enough. They're too late because the remaining players on the side of Fallen Fury is already set in place. The ESF is dropping, and here we go. One player on the side of Fallen Fury trying to sustain. Visionaire right now tanking down, buying some time. That's actually good diversion there on the side of Fallen Fury. Fallen Fury is just destroying the towers objective by objective, and right now the backup on the side of Midgie is up here. We're gonna see a clash, but again, the vacuum
Look
there, the plums.
at
Yes,
the
the SF.
skills that are
Oh.
being dished out by Fallen Fury as retaliation, trying their very best to defend this turbo. Right
plums.
now, if you look at it, there's no more space. There's not much time
Here we go.
for Migi to defend this one. Because if you look at the rears, if you
Yeah.
look at the sides, look at the sustain.
Oh, they're cutting off.
They're cutting them off, diverting them, and dividing the members, the crew of Team Migi. So this is the advantage of
Yeah.
having a higher, CPN as well as a higher skill set. That is something that we have to consider here. Because right now, if you look at
Here
it,
we go.
Fallen Fury is just focused
They're caught off there.
on this objective. And as you mentioned, they were cut off. But look at that. They were able to take down 5. And that was only 2 members from Fallen Fury who were able to control those said 5 people. And now there
OMG.
is the reinforcements coming in from the side of Migi. But is it enough though? Because look at them. They're being taken down whenever reinforcements get back up.
Yes, and right now Migi doesn't have enough skill to push in on the side of Fallen Fury. Fallen Fury is just staying objective here. The rest of the players on the side of Fallen Fury is actually moving on the north side just in case they can actually cut off Fallen Migi here. And again, Towers is almost down. Those Foxes is up and running. And we're about to see our first down here on the middle on the side of Migi. Migi will lose this tower. Quick fall back there
Ooh.
on the remaining players of Fallen Fury. That's actually a good
little
call.
bit of help
Yeah, a pixel.
coming in.
A pixel
Yes.
of health.
But you know what? That is good news for Migi, right? Because they were still able to defend that and denied that 2-5 points against Fallen Fury. But then again, regardless, if you look back into
Angie,
this one, we
off
do
his
see
barrier.
Angie trying to retaliate as well as the members. But look at the fallback that is happening right now. Migi working wonders. Look at those peacock plumes already, but still canceled though. But right now, this is an opportunity for them to push. They were forced back as well here for the side of Team Fallen Fury. But then again, points, you have to consider
Here
them
we
once
go.
again. This
Whoa,
is the
the
comeback.
jump.
This is
The
the counterplay.
damage.
There's the vacuum as well.
And here we go.
Sword formations across the board. Let's see who gets to win this matchup right now.
And this is actually the full force of Migi right now, trying to push in. But again, guys, Visionaire and the rest of the
Oh.
members are here. Alone right now is actually died there, guys. And here we go. FF right now jumping in at the middle lane, making sure that the main stack of Migi is down here. And here we go. The rest of the players of Fallen Fury is just taking off, cleaning up the remaining players of the side of Migi.
Siege Cannon.
First as well is still alive, but again, can first survive this. They already popped their barriers earlier on the first push. So meaning they don't have any barriers. They can actually focus fire on this one. But again, the backup slowly is coming in on the side of Migi. Migi as well, trying to check why are they losing points. Right now, we're sitting at 13K on the side of Fallen Fury. On the side of Migi,
Vacuum.
still on 6K.
From
Migi,
Bears.
what is happening on this one on the side of Migi? And here we go, Fallen Fury diving in.
Diving in, but then again, we do see there is an attempt to go to the front lines, but there is no follow-up. Right now, we are checking in the sides of Migi. They are still trying to stand tall here, but not enough because look at the damage. It's really
Oh, the
not
Jumo?
enough to make it and, convert it into something fruitful at this point because if you look at Fallen Fury, they're dispersed. They're scattered around and trying to corner up the members of Migi right now, to which is a success. Although they were able to deplete out, but look at here to where they can attempt to get the soul flag.
Oh no!
Who is
That is a
actually
huge
leading?
bomb there, dropped there on top of Migi.
Oh!
Migi.
Ooh.
It's actually a 1v1 right now, very low HP. It's a matter of a few seconds that we can actually see indefinitely Migi taking out that 5v5, bagging up the first 15k points. But again, Saya?
I mean, these are the questions that I have for you because the game is just too intense. Which martial soul specializes in stealth and lethal strikes? A. Cat of Netherworld. B. Softbone Rabbit. C. Keisha's Sword. Or D. Evil Fire Phoenix. Go ahead and comment down which answer you think is best for you guys to get a chance to win Razer Gold Pins. And 2 winners will be selected from this question, so make sure to answer in towards our chat. And going back now, Fallen.
Yes, they have equal powers indeed. Execution-wise, Fallen Fury is actually on top of them But speaking of firepower, Angie and First is definitely a really hard carry on this one. Hard-hitting character that's Fallen Fury is having a hard time to deal with. But right now, this is what I like about them. They're very disciplined. They're trying to clear up the remaining players first before they push in. No one-by-one pushes here. And here we go. This is the gank that we want to see. They're actually moving from from middle to a different direction. They're actually setting up a different momentum on theirs, and they're setting the rhythm, making sure that Meiji is actually on chase on them. And again, guys, we're still sitting at a decent points on the side of Fallen Fury. They can still win this. They can still convert points. It's not that far, only 4K points.
All right, as you mentioned, and there is still hope for Fallen Fury to catch up. And as you mentioned, they have been proactive towards the map. But look at the sustain that we see here from Nobita, taking in a 1v5 situation. Already took down 2 from the crew, forces to back up. There is Rabbit that is trying to go for the sustain here, but
Black
look
Lotus.
at how crunchy he is. Look at how crunchy Nobita is right now, trying to get that control. And this could actually be a turnover, but then again, we do see as well the solidity of the skill sets here. It's just an amount of time. This is a 4v3, now a 4, actually still a 4v3, but reinforcements are coming in as well. But look at that baby.
Nobita is down.
No more health for the side of the members of Migi. But right now, still trying to make it work, trying to fight it out. Look at this sustain that Baby is doing right now. It took 5 of them before to actually take it down. But there is the revive, I think, coming in here. But look at this, half HP. But this is a lot of time, you know, invested and wasted, spent in towards that area. To which this time it paved the way for Fallen Fury to just really disperse all throughout the map to get as much turrets as possible to, you know, just closing up the current points that they have.
Yes, and again, Fallen Fury right now is not adjusting anything at all. They're still sticking with their strategy. This is what I like. They're not panicking. They're not doing risky moves like all mid, all members going to one direction. They're still splitting their forces because they believe that they can actually take down the remaining players of Migi. And as you can see right now, this is actually the battle on the middle. And yes, Fallen Fury is on the defense right now. They have the advantage. Angie trying to drop that big bomb, but again, Angie died at the middle on that push. Looks and Baby right now died as well on the side of Migi. Migi is just putting like few more members on the floor, but again, bodies is everywhere inside the turf of Fallen Fury.
Indeed, and right now there is a significant, you know, close in towards the points here, so it could still be anybody's game. But right now, if you see into the rear areas, however, there's also a defense coming in from Team Migi against Fallen Fury, because the high ground tower in towards the bottom area is also attempt to be breached. So this is something that we have to consider, because both of our teams are actually the opposite sides of the map right now, and both teams actually successfully defended their turf.
Yes. Again, the pushes, the aggression on both teams doesn't want to give up. They really want to take the towers and stay with the objective. Again, guys, this is not over yet. They can still bounce back on the side of Fallen Fury on the next 5v5. And on the side of Migi, they can still win this. Actually, basically, it's almost the same score. We're just talking about like 1 tower difference on these both teams. Migi, on the other hand, they can still, they need to put aggression. They need to put Angie and First on the fight, making sure that you're forcing the entire unit of Fallen Fury going back, paddling back on the defense here. That is the call here on the side of Migi. While on the side of Fallen Fury, you need to defend. You need to defend, basically.
How could they, though, if they are basically dissected? Their members are, you know, being split apart, and that is working wonders for Migi at the moment. But still, we do not want to count out Fallen Fury, because they still have an avenue to earn points. Where? Mining areas. If you notice the energy points here, it's almost at 3K, or actually almost at 4K for Fallen Fury. meaning they still have resources to work with here, even if, let's say, they have a little bit of a disadvantage in towards the main battlefield. And if you look at it right now,
Yes, the Void Teleport is activated now on the side of Fallen Fury. This means this is a full aggression. This might be a tower trade here. A full aggression right now on the side of Fallen Fury, dropping in, but the vacuum is actually stopping them. They're
preventing them to
forcing,
push.
yes, they're forcing Miji to teleport
Rear?
back on this one. The question, what is Miji's action on this? Are they going to be falling back, or are they going to take that tower trade versus Fallen Fury? They managed to take down at least like 10%. Yes, they forced the teleport on the side of Miji. That's actually a good push, good strategy on the side of Fallen Fury.
yes, but right now we're still at least, you know, one tower deficit away, at least in terms of the scores, right? So if, let's say, Fallen Fury was able to secure one, especially in towards the mid, this is something that can even up the scores. But how can they, though? Because the members, their reinforcements are here for the side of Team Miji from their top side, transitioning to mid. That was actually a good play. Although the teleport was forcibly used, it kind of basically compensated in a way that Miji can go and respond for backup.
Yes. Speaking of responding backup, Fallen Fury is just pushing the tempo right now. They're forcing Miji to play their game with this kind of strategy right now. They are been everywhere. Basically every single area in the map, you're gonna see Fallen Fury moving and pushing right now. And as you can see, like what I mentioned, instead of pushing or putting like mid pressure, they're moving to this third tower, which is around like 35%. Pulling Vincent and the rest of the guy. Kung Fu Panda as well is still there. And that's actually good damage right now.
Ooh.
Dropping like 7 or 8 players on the side of Miji. Oh, what happened there? That's a huge bomb drop there.
I was about to say that Miji was able to predict.
And they forced Angie to fall back.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was about to say that Miji was able to predict that they are able to go to the high ground tower, but at the same time, at the cost of what? That is a huge amount of loss for the side of Miji at the moment. Because
Here we
if
go.
you notice here, the members of Fallen Fury that remained is still there, still alive, and that
Yes.
applies pressure against Miji. So right now, they're the ones who has the attempt here into the middle side of Fallen Fury. So let's see how they defend.
Oh, okay. I think the play here on the side of Fallen Fury, you don't kill the mid players, you just kill the siege cannon.
Yes.
If you're gonna be killing the remaining players on Miji, the top lane will have more members to defend that tower.
Yes.
So right now they need to kill the remaining players slowly,
And
force
the siege cannon.
Angie to pop the barrier and the
Yes.
rest of the skill, and don't kill him yet.
Yes.
And break the tower on top for Fallen Fury. But again, guys, slow bomb right now, dropping there. And again, they didn't hesitate dropping those bombs on top, and people are actually stunned right now.
From the rear.
Yes, from the rear,
And on the
Inzi. BK Baby is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go, one player on the side of Miji trying to contest. But again, good defense on the side of Fallen Fury. Seiya, we're about to see the second 5v5 in a few more minutes. This is going to be the game changer for these two guilds right now.
Truly, and again, the difference as well for the points in for FF and as well as Miji is just so little that anything can still happen, and it really just needs one tower take for anybody's lead.
Yes.
So right now we are seeing here a
Full push.
retaliation coming in from Miji onto the middle side, trying to burn the members of Fallen Fury just so that when numbers do matter, it is going to be in the hands of Miji. But then again, there is a trade-off from the rears of Fallen Fury to try and equalize the board. But right, there is an attempt, but look at here in towards the top side of the high ground tower. This is where Fallen Fury is flourishing, because not only were they able to apply pressure into the bottom side, but also on the top. So this is going to leave Miji in a situation where do we defend?
Yes, where we do defend on this one again, guys.
Vacuum?
They're trying to force the backup right now here, but again, the tower is almost down. Oh my God, here we go. This is gonna be a direct hit coming from Fallen to the Crystal right now. Okay, here we go. Are we gonna see a force back up here?
that
Are we
was
gonna
so
force TP right now?
smart.
Yes, they force the TP on Miji right now. Miji is on defense right now, and as you can see, those buffs right now is popping right now, and the damage is actually off on that attack power on the side of Fallen Fury. They're dropping those
Vacuum.
skills, but again, the support is still healthy at the back. They don't want to overextend. They're actually really disciplined, forcing Angie back right now. Angie dropping on the
This is
back,
the time for them to
dropping
retreat.
the skills. ESF right now, those Phoenix right now is dropping as well. And this is actually a good defense or good backup there. They didn't hesitate. They didn't trade off that push versus on this defense. Wow.
That was actually smart coming in from Fallen Fury because they know that they're only a tower deficit away. They sacrificed Sailor Moon at the
Aggressive.
cost of destroying that tower from the high grounds. And right now, yes, they were. Although we do see that Miji forcibly used teleport, they were able to wipe them up into the high ground tower onto the top side and then transitioning towards the mid. But look at the pressure that they are basically, trying to inflict against Team Miji. They're becoming slowly reactive,
TPs?
and at the same time, if you look at the mining areas, that is where they're banking up points. That's where they're basically collecting their resources for the later parts of the game.
Wow. I mean, Fallen Fury doing the strategies left and right. You're actually seeing them near on the tower, like
Yes.
in mid, south, and on the top lane as well. Non-stop aggression indeed. But again, we're talking about the 5v5 later on. We're going to see that in a few minutes. And
That's
right
the make
now,
or break for both of our teams.
it's a make or
actually.
break right now.
Speaking of, it's here on the other side.
Yeah.
They're basically just.
But yeah,
waiting.
going back, Fallen Fury, like what I mentioned, they forced all of the skills. That's
Yeah.
why they keep on clashing earlier from top to middle, left and right, dropping those blows. Fallen Fury wasted the skills of Miji, and Miji right now is outgunned in the 5v5. Doesn't have any skill.
Ooh.
Fallen Fury punished the remaining players of Miji on that 5v5, and right now, we're talking about like less than 3k points in order for Fallen Fury to end this. I'm just really amazed right now on how Fallen Fury is doing the strategies left and right.
Fallen Fury actually secured the soul flag.
Yes. Miji, like what I said earlier, to be honest, they're playing the game of Fallen Fury right now. They need to break it.
Oh.
They need to break
Yeah.
and play their own. They need to stick where they are actually good with, which is the fights. They need to force the fights on the side of Fallen Fury because they can actually win. Using Angie and First on fights gives them points.
But again, because they had that 5v5, pretty sure Angie and First were in the soul flag battle earlier. So that kind of like is a call for Fallen Fury to capitalize into the main battlefield, no? Because they were the ones that were able to be proactive in towards the map. They are scattered around. This is basically placing Miji in a position wherein they have to identify where to plot the members. But because the pressure is a bit too much for the side of Miji at the moment,
They're forcing it right now.
They're basically in a situation wherein they just really have to do the best they can right now. The
Plums?
the Plums was turned into a flag. They were able
That's
to.
the full guild right now.
Yes, they were able to reflect their skill sets for that wipeout. But as you mentioned, this is a full guild. Take note, they were able to eradicate the members of Fallen Fury
we
right
go.
now. But this is 49k for Fallen Fury. You have to take note, just a few more points, and Fallen Fury can secure this one off.
Yes, they're dropping everything on that tower, but that tower is still alive. A pixel
Pixel.
HP alive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
They don't want
It's
it.
still alive. But again, guys, speaking of points, Meiji got a lot of points during that fight. But again, guys, we're talking about less than 1k points. So
500,
basically,
yes.
they can actually fight off on this one Seiya and take off the remaining players in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 points
Oh.
per Soul Master is the pointing system every time that you kill a player.
This is smart from Fallen Fury, actually, because they do have the points in their arsenal. All they have to do is just kill, the members of Miji here, just to earn up until they reach 50
It's over.
points.
Like,
Yeah.
seeing Fallen Fury right now, trying
They're
to
not
force the
pushing
fight,
anymore.
but they're diverting the attention right
Yes.
now on the objective.
Turret.
That's how smart they are.
There you go.
Wow.
As you mentioned it, because this is a perfect example of a strategy wherein you don't always have to go and rush, but you can utilize a lot of resources here, and that is both the main battlefield and the mining areas.
Yes.
And just looking at the quick rankings right now, if you notice, Migi with 1, 2, 4, 2 kills all in all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Fallen Fury, no, 2,000 straight. There's no ups or downs, just 2,000 straight. I
That's
like
the
it.
goal.
That's the goal. And
That's
their
the goal.
points is also 50,000.
Yeah.
No other extras as well. So if you look at the ranking, we do see first, although that was from Migi, but then again, you have to consider the other members who were ranked, which basically belong to Fallen Fury. And on to the mining side, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is where Fallen Fury thrived. And, you know, this is where they also got their extra resources for them to basically utilize from the upcoming fights that was really happening on multiple lanes for both the top side, on the bottom side, and the timing that they were able to dish out those skill sets that they have gathered in towards the mining areas is something that you have to consider as well, because it was capitalized beautifully by Fallen Fury.
Yes, definitely. Fallen Fury showing dominance on fights as well, securing 2,000 points. And the strategy as well. And I mean, on the side of Migi, still a good try there. They almost had it. They started really strong on the first half, securing like a lead of like 10,000 points and so on. They actually made that points by winning on that 5v5. But again, everything shifted, guys. Everything shifted on the second flag fight, which is where in Fallen Fury dominated that fight, securing that second 15 points.
Yes.
And from there, it's kind of far off on, you know, how to catch up on the scoring. Speaking of the tower-wise as well, split pushes.
Yes.
The push gank strat as well. Every time that they push, somebody's ganking someone, forcing them to retreat as well. That's what you want.
Yes.
You need to force those teleports up and running to your enemies, so they will have those uncomfortable spots where they're gonna be running back again and fight again.
Yeah, so basically like what I mentioned earlier, right? To summarize everything, Fallen Fury just conditioned Team Migi to play right into their cards.
Yeah.
And that was executed beautifully in towards this game number 1. But then again, this is game number 1 for a reason. So we will be seeing how Migi is to counter this out come game number 2. Because again, we mentioned they have a lot of experiences from the previous matches. But we will be finding that out after a quick break. So again, guys, don't go away. We'll just, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Greetings, esteemed Soul Masters! The first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you.
And welcome back, Soul Masters. Again, we are your casters. My name is Paul Insanity, together with Seora, bringing you the second game of the match of Fallen Fury versus Miji. Earlier, the first game was really intense. We thought that Miji can actually bag it up, but Fallen Fury has the strats on their playbook. They actually pulled it off and bagging the first game for this tournament.
Yes, and again, that was, still game number 1. We have yet to see what Miji has to do about this come game number 2. Because again, at least in terms of, playing it in the long run, Miji does have the experience for that. But at the same time, I don't want to count out Fallen Fury, especially with what we have witnessed earlier in game 1, because not only were they able to, despite the attempts of Team Miji prolonging the game, they were still able to stand on their ground, and they were able to force it into a manner wherein Fallen Fury is dictating the game. So that is something that I do want to look forward to, if that will also reflect come game number 2, or will Miji, do the best of their abilities to come game number 3.
Yes, definitely. Game number 2, Miji definitely will actually re-strategize on this one, on how they can actually pull off the play for round number 2. Again, first game, they actually had a very good start, but apparently on the mid and last part, they actually crumbled on what to do on the play. on the side of Fallen Fury. And before we go on to play, guys, this is the time for you to get those Razor Gold Pins in Say Yes Ask.
There you go, and let's present my question. What is required to activate battlefield skills in tournament mode? Again, what is required to activate battlefield skills in tournament mode? Is it A, guild level, B, resource points from the mining area, C, combo skills, or D, time spent in the match? So for those who are basically active in the tournament modes as well of the game, this is basically your question. Go ahead and comment down in the chat what you think is the correct answer for this question, and 2 lucky winners can get a chance, or actually gets a chance to win Razor Gold Pins.
Yes.
And again, for those who aren't chosen by the questions that I have given, there are a lot more in store for you guys, so make sure to tune in to the stream. And again, like I've been mentioning, from earlier, go ahead and share, this live stream as well, and to make sure to tune in and follow the official social media of Soland New World.
Yes, I really want to answer that question.
You cannot.
Yes, as
You
much as I
cannot.
want to. But yeah,
Yes.
that's for the viewers. But again, guys, make sure to answer the questions of Say I Ask, because again, Razor Gold Pins is waiting for you guys.
And speaking of waiting for you, the holding area is also there, ready for you. I'm glad I actually chimed that in.
Yeah.
But then again, the holding area is here, everyone. It only means that the game is about to begin. We're just, waiting for the teams to be fully optimized and prepared for this one. Again, for this specific game, this is the second game already, technically match point
Yes.
of Team Fallen Fury. If they are able to,
Bag it in on the second
Yes.
game. Yes.
they're basically, hailed the Soul Masters for this one.
Yes, definitely. But again, this is going to be tough on the side of Fallen Fury still, but because again, we're talking about the top players as well on the side of Migi. You cannot count out First and Angie on the battle, because again, guys, First and Angie can actually wipe out like one entire guild with their skills. So Fallen Fury is very careful on that factor, that if Angie and First can actually dive in and dish out all of their skills, it could be a guild wipe on the side of Fallen Fury. So again, Fallen Fury needs to be playing. They need to play safe. Again, on the side of Migi, they need to play their game, like literally their game, on how they distribute the members, on how they pushes, and on the fight as well. They've been playing defensively the entire match. Half of the match playing defensively. They need to shift that off into a offense right now.
They really
Yes.
do. And again, this is something that I feel like
Yes.
Team Migi has to avoid,
Yeah.
because again, especially from the last quarters of the game, the last times of the game, right? Team Fallen Fury, especially when they have secured the second soul flag, they were able to dictate the pace. They were able to place the teams of Migi right into their hands. This basically left Migi in a position wherein they don't know what to defend, because they've been capitalizing on the high ground towers in the top and on the bottom. Yes, we have witnessed from earlier, however, that Migi was also one of the people that have started to breach out the high ground towers towards mid. But then at the same time, it really falls back down to how you distribute your members, to which I believe that Fallen Fury was able to do that, especially in the last few minutes of the game, wherein they were already capitalizing on the gap in terms of points.
Yes. At the same time, I just want to point out one of the reasons why Fallen Fury is just pushing north and south.
Yes.
They're playing safe, basically.
Yes, that is
So
true.
again, if ever that they're gonna be pushing mid, forcing mid, taking out the towers, it's gonna be a rock paper scissor on the side of Migi. Are they gonna be defending the south, or are they gonna be defending the north side? So they have two options where to push, and that's where Fallen Fury strategy came in, wherein they're sending multiple forces, and sending out scouts as well. Like I mentioned, on the other fights, you need to have those information right away in order for you to fight properly. You need to find where is the core players like First and Angie located. If they're going to be going on the south, force them to run to the north side. If they're on the north side, force them to run in the mid or force them to run on the south side, guys. That's the only way in order for you to remove the top players from your fight. Force them on movements where there are like uncomfortable, clashes, where you're forcing them to go all out, basically.
This is for the side of Migi, right?
Yes.
Their tactic. There is a little bit of a counter, a loophole towards that strat, right? Yes, you have to force out, especially, or to isolate rather, the stronger players that can come, from Fallen Fury, right? And that is one of the things that they also bank on, because if we notice, the team's member scores, it's basically balanced out for Fallen Fury. But before I actually continue my point, let's look at the community predictions. Because of game number 1's conclusion, now we do see a hefty difference from Fallen Fury in comparison with Team Migi. Fallen Fury sitting pretty at 84% by the community voices and 15 by Team Migi. But then again, we still don't want to discard them
Yeah,
out.
Migi has they still have the firepower on taking this. But again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we're gonna go on the second match of the day. This is gonna be Fallen Fury versus Migi, guys. Match point on the side of Fallen Fury. Can they bag this in and hail champions for this tournament, or Migi will stop them and force a 1-1 score?
Again, that will be depending on them though, because right now we do see a wipeout of Team Migi here in towards mid, but they are still capitalizing on the other areas of the middle lane. Meanwhile, however, onto the bottom side, this is already a priority for Fallen Fury. Basically, it's a similar strategy to what they have done on the first day. The only difference is that they did not use the middle side of the map. They used the bottom side this time around, to which I think this is kind of one of the ways that caught Migi off guard right here, because at normal circumstances, you go through mid. That's the shortest route in towards the lane. But right now, this is a shift, in a paradigm for Fallen Fury, to which I was supposed to point out earlier. You did say that Migi has to force out the members or isolate the members of Fallen Fury, but I think this is what's happening at the exact opposite of the spectrum. It's actually Fallen Fury that's forcing the members of Migi to respond to them.
Exactly. And here you go, guys. Our first 2,500 points will go to Fallen Fury, guys. Same strategy, like what Saya mentioned. And right now, they're not overcommitting because they are sensing right now a quick backup there on the side of Migi. Migi right now has like 7 or 8 players right now. But again, that Fosses right now, they're dropping those big damage, and majority of the side of Fallen Fury is a very low HP. But again, ESF, they're dropping that Fox again. Can we see a conversion? Yes, there is a conversion. Taking out like 8 players out of the hands of Migi. Migi right now is still struggling, forcing the backup here. We have like 4 backups right now inside of Migi. And again, Fallen Fury just distracting, setting like 2 players, and they're out.
Surprisingly, at least from the mining areas, there was a moment of equilibrium for both Migi and Fallen Fury. But then again, I was, corrected. I was stand corrected, because Fallen Fury not only, dominated the main battlefield, but as well as the mining areas. And I'm basing this off with the energy that is collected by the respective teams. At this point, this is a shift in strategy for Fallen Fury, because after they have targeted the bottom turret, they now proceed here just blatantly towards mid and trying to, breach this out. But then again, with the Peacock Plumes, they were able to sustain and defend this turret, which is low on HP as well. But right now, Fallen Fury is still standing on their grounds. Again, there is an advantage in terms of points and energy for Fallen Fury. So I guess it's just basically on the timing to which they will be dishing this out, because the Siege Cannon is doing its job just to try and control the members of Migi. Because I feel like the members of Fallen Fury have already shifted in a different lane, but they still left behind members here to defend it.
Yes, and right now, I think players are actually wrapping around right now on the side of Miji. Miji right now needs to check their back lane because, again, few players right now are hitting the back lane, disabling the supports here. FF actually dropping those skills, trying to back him. But again, guys, there is a few flex team that's actually covering the back, which is actually good practice on the side of Miji. But again, the rest of the players of Fallen Fury is still struggling on this one. But again, still on control, guys. Those vacuums are up and running on the side of Fallen Fury, buying some time, trying to distract, trying to throw off them on out of their guard here on the side of Miji. Again, Fallen Fury's backup is slowly joining up here one by one. They're not forcing the entire group. This is what I like about them. They are setting like 4, 5, or 1 party members to just defend this and buy some time. Low HP at the back right now. They can actually jump. That's an opening. But again, Sailor Moon dropping those bombs. Purples on the floor. That is actually a good damage there. And again, guys, speaking of Fallen Fury, while pushing, there is a fight going on the middle, guys. Objective and objective. They lose the fight, yes, but the conversion is big.
There's a trade-off.
Yes, the conversion is big on the side of Fallen Fury. If they lose like 500 points, that's okay, because we're going to take out 2,500 out of your pocket.
Again, this is really just a battle of trade-offs for both sides of the team. But I do believe that Fallen Fury has anticipated this, that Team Miji will be prioritizing the middle sides of the lane, to which they basically capitalize on that, narrow view of Miji, because they knew that they will be targeting the middle areas. They capitalize the other lanes.
Okay, here's the strat. They're sending the siege cannon. Siege cannon is very tanky.
Yes.
They're using that to buy time, while the rest of the players are forcing other lanes.
Which is very smart, coming in from Fallen Fury, because again, not only they are able to designate the actual members, but at the same time, this could also be, a portal of mindset as well, because this is mind games at this point for Fallen Fury, and this could be another version of how they force out Miji to play towards their hands, because it's working.
Yeah.
It's currently working, because there's a siege cannon in mid. There are a lot of members of Fallen Fury here towards the top side of our turrets. So this is something that, they have to take into account.
Definitely.
They have to, retaliate this. They have to create a counterplay here for the side of Miji. Else, this is going to be a domino effect.
Yes, and this is actually majority of the forces of Miji right now. They still believe on that strat that they can actually outforce Fallen Fury. But again, Fallen Fury is just playing wise, that vacuum, and dropping those big AoEs, securing the kills for Fallen Fury. But again, overwhelming forces here on the side of Miji. They just need to spread out a bit so they can actually, avoid those vacuums. And again, guys, tower race once again, guys. And
the flag isn't even here yet.
Yeah, they're destroying the middle, while on the other side, I believe this is the time for the middle to push in, because you don't want the remaining players on the side of Miji to teleport and do backup. There you go, almost, they're actually almost done wiping the remaining players, and they're hitting the last tower here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, this is basically Fallen Fury. It's at this point.
No TP.
Yeah, there is no TP to do that, so they basically have to go there manually, which is unfortunate, because this buys a lot of time for Fallen Fury to just destroy that tower. Okay, before I actually go to my point, let's go here first to the Soul Flag.
Yes.
Okay, so right now, let's see who gets to win this out. If in the event that Miji does win this, they do have the advantage, but this is the problem.
Okay, the arrow right now hitting one player on the side of Miji, and there you go, the drops there, big damage there on the side of Fallen Fury, dropping one player immediately, taking out. Second player is down on the side of Miji. Miji right now is trying to survive, trying to catch some air, but again, guys, the love bomb there on the side of Miji is still connecting. They still have a few players, they're still alive, and there you have it, Miji as game one, taking the first flag, leading the points again, and Fallen Fury, I'm not sure why they're losing on the first five. Is it intentional, or Miji has the upper hand this time?
Oh, the wipeout coming in an exchange for the side of Fallen Fury. I'm not sure. I believe that's something that's not intentional, because if you look at that 5v5 from earlier, The timing is a bit off in terms of dishing out the skills for Fallen Fury.
Mhm.
And that's basically an opportunity or a gateway
Visionaire?
for Migi to, capitalize on that. But then again, back in towards the main battlefield, we do see here a successful defense coming in from Migi. Now, back to my point. Yes, although Migi was able to successfully get the Soul Flag, this is an opportunity for them to actually maintain this current gap instead. So from earlier, if you notice, Fallen Fury is doing a mix and match of the strategies that they have executed, right? So right now, Fallen Fury is still sticking to their guns, placing the siege cannon in one lane and then going to push on the other, which is still effective on towards their sides. But then again, they kind of have to double time that because of the points or the point deficit that they currently have against Migi.
Yes. And there you go. Huge forces right now. Angie and the team moving in the middle. Visionaire is actually one of the tanks on the side of Fallen Fury tanking away. He's actually buying some time and he wiped like 4 players. Wow, Visionaire on a triple kill.
That is a smooth transition to basically, fend them off. And that's actually a pretty good feat coming in from Fallen Fury because, again, we've seen this in game number 1. We have witnessed Fallen Fury, be in a disadvantage in terms of points. But that really did not stop them as much and still continued to play the game as per usual. So
Yes.
because of that, this is a similar thing that's happening again for game number 2 because if you look at the points, there's not really much of a difference. How many is that? 6K? 7K at best, which Fallen Fury can just easily earn by taking off the kills in towards the mining areas and taking turrets from the main battlefield.
Yes, exactly. And again, like what Seiya mentioned, is they're just forcing options right now on this. And I just noticed they've been knocking down First and Angie on the fight. If you can see right now, they managed to wipe the remaining players of Fallen Fury. Fallen Fury doesn't want to back up here. They just want to buy some time in order for their teammates to move in the map properly. This is the strat that they've been doing. They're trying to split the ball or just trying to lure the ball right now. Speaking of ball, that is actually the main force of Migi. And going back to the mining area is actually pretty decent. As you can see, they have a good exchange of kills on both north side and south as well. The PPs there are dropping there. But again, Migi is having a hard time on going out on their zone. They've been spawn camp right now. And this is what I like about high level plays. They're not pushing alone.
Yes.
They're just waiting for everyone to push in. No solo plays here.
I mean, at this point, for the side of Fallen Fury, they cannot afford those solo plays because they want to capitalize on points as much as possible, and one of which is to gather a lot of energy in towards the mining area to be used in their skirmishes that they're doing right now.
Wow.
And they're capitalizing on both the mid and the top side of the map, and that's 2 turrets already that can be taken down. That's equivalent to what? 2-5 plus 2-5. 5. There you go.
The
Nice
math
job.
of Seiya.
Nice job. Yes, we're doing good job as
Okay.
a professor.
Yes.
And look at that. Just like that, from a 7K point deficit down to 3. So this is something that you have to consider because Fallen Fury is actually retaliating in a way that they're not panicking. They're basically calm here, and they're just trying to dish out what's the next step.
Yes. Double towers or double second towers are down now on the side of Migi. This is going to be tough for them because, again, they only bank on their points, not on the towers yet. So the only way that they can actually win here is just to win that 5v5 right away on the second match or the second flag. While on the side of Fallen Fury, they still have 2 options, the flag and the flag pointing system and the crystal on this one. As you can see, what they're doing right now, they're just going in slowly but surely, splitting their forces into 3, forcing the uncomfortable fights here. Angie right now got knocked off there and got knocked up there as well. They're trying to knock down Angie. Angie's down again. They're just buying them time. Another vacuum on the side of Angie, but Angie is getting focus fired here and knocked down and dead already.
Which kind of leaves a lot of avenue for Fallen Fury to siege.
And at the same time, this is the first time that I saw Angie being disabled on this fight.
I mean, that's a given because as we mentioned from earlier, right? Protect the king is the play for Migi. And what's the better way to counter it off? Defeat the king. And because Angie is one of the stronger players with the member scores, right?
Yep.
Because Angie is the one in the rears, in terms of numbers, there's a deficit already. So this is something that I believe Fallen Fury kind of found out, or basically found a workaround to try and, you know, basically eradicate one of the stronger players of Migi for them to catch up to the scores to which what we see right now.
Yes, the spacing is perfect on the side of Fallen Fury. Again, on the side of Migi, they're playing like one main ball right now, wherein they're just destroying everything that they see here. So this is actually like a really hard type of strategy in terms of this map, because again, the movement of your enemies are everywhere, like literally everywhere in the map. You are seeing them on the mid, south, and north side as well. So if you're just gonna be playing like one main ball or one big ball right now, they're just gonna kite you. Like what you're seeing right now. Earlier, they're pushing on the other side, and you have a full force on the north side right now, destroying the towers. And yeah, they're just forcing Migi to run, keep on running, keep on moving. You move here, we're here right now, you move again. That's the strat on the side of Fallen Fury.
Here,
you know, the run strat.
And everywhere, as Fallen Sanity has something to say to Fallen Fury. But at this point, I feel like Migi is really just doing their best to try and defend whatever they can. But this is something that we have been, you know, highlighting throughout the rest of the night. The capacity of Fallen Fury to catch up to the points that applies a lot of pressure to Migi, because for some apparent reason they can't quite
first
maintain that
knockdown.
gap.
Here we go, quick burst on first right now, but again, first got saved there. And here we go, the love bomb on the side of I believe that's Migi, securing like a lot of kills.
Deepong.
Yes.
DV Pong, actually. But right
I love
now,
to call it the love bomb.
Yes.
There's a hearts and everywhere, you know.
Still not too late for Valentine's as per Fallen Sanity here. But then again, going back in towards the game, a little bit of a steady pace coming in from Migi as they are trying to capitalize with whatever they have remaining. But onto the bottom high ground tower. At the moment, this is the target of Team Fallen Fury. Of course, those pick-up clumps was able to get 4 in the process. But of course, there is the retaliation, the counterplay from the
Siege
rears.
cannon is up.
As we see Momo actually controlling the members who were actually trying to go for the reinforcements. And now we see the turret destroyed. And just like that, Fallen Fury
they're gonna be chasing this one.
The advantage, and right now they're not just basically stopping there. They are going for gold. They were able to wipe out what, 12 members of Team Migi right here. And where is the retaliation? None so far, because I feel like they forced out the teleport already from earlier, so there is no teleport way back to the high ground tower.
Yes, a good force there, or a good control there on the side of Momo, making sure that the rest of the players are not moving. And again, guys, the discipline on the side of Fallen Fury, instead of going for the crystal, they went in for the fight first, securing the clear up,
again,
forcing the skills.
This is points gathering at this point. And because they already did their deed, they already did their objective in destroying that high ground tower. What is their purpose on staying on the base crystal? None yet, because they, at the cost of destroying that tower, it's already a depleted number in the side of Fallen Fury. So what's the best way to do? To retreat, regroup, and basically go to the next side lane or to the next middle lane. It really depends on where they want to position themselves at the moment. But regardless, that tactic favored Fallen Fury.
Yes, definitely a very wise decision on the side of Fallen Fury. And while on the Migi, they're still actually doing well actually on defending as well, and doing backups on every tower right now. And as you can see, they're actually breached in in their base, trying to do vacuum there. But again, they're deciding to move on the north side now, not forcing the south side. They can actually sneak in and hit the crystal, but again, they're not doing that. They just want to take the lead for a bit here on the fight. Speaking of towers, Fallen Fury has more towers right now. Majority of the second towers. Oh, FF right now just jumping there, trying to delay.
It's basically just base
He has
camping.
the ability just to jump there and don't care at all.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Because that simple gesture alone is enough for the other members of Miji to stay put into the high ground area. Because of that delayed time, because of that diversion, it basically paved the way for Fallen Fury to disperse basically all throughout the map.
Yes, that's actually correct. And here we go. Sayas asked, let's go.
What kind of effect does silence have when applied by a hidden weapon?
Ooh.
Is it A, it slows movement, B, it disables auto attacks, C, it prevents skill usage, or D, reduces defense? For those who are currently watching the stream, go ahead and answer the question below which one you think is the correct answer. And two winners get a chance to win
Razor Gold Pins. Yes,
There
Razor
you
Gold Pins.
go.
Let's go.
All right, going back into the action, however, before going back to
Yeah,
the
the
action,
before.
however, there is the in-game codes available to redeem for you guys. So let me just dictate it real quick. That's P7K2Y8ZM. Okay, let's go on into the 5v.
Yes, last 2 seconds, guys, and the gates will be open on this one. And here we go, guys. Is Fallen Fury will resolve and tank this one. They're just chasing one player right now on the north side, one of the healers here. And there you go. One of the players of Miji right now is knocked off. They managed to knock them out. They're still alive. And I believe that's a quick burst there. Car right now is very low. They're trying to go in. Miji is still in, sustaining on this one. But Fallen Fury, ladies and gentlemen, Fallen Fury,
They did it again.
it's...
They did it again, Fallen Sanity.
Yeah.
They did it again as we have witnessed this to game number 1, and now it happened again. You cannot say this is deja vu because there is a different fleet that has happened through game number 2, but this time around, Fallen Fury basically made a statement that despite the fact that Miji had the good early game, when it comes to the late game, that's where they thrive. And speaking of thrive, that Plums eradicated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Miji members who were just trying to defend, mind
Yes,
you.
I'm so proud of you, Saya.
Why?
On that one. Yes, and here we go, guys. Fallen Fury right now playing aggressively, but again, guys, another wipe. What you mentioned,
1, 2,
middle
3,
wipe.
4, 5, 6.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, it's important. It's
Yeah.
important because, again, these amount of kills that Fallen Fury is just doing, despite only having, what, 3, 4 members in towards each lane, you have to consider that because, again, that is a matter of
Oh,
a
the
skirmish
Invi.
battle already. And this is not an all-out scale. Because if Fallen Fury members have the capability to dish out a huge amount of members like that,
Yeah.
that's an added pressure against Miji.
That's actually correct. There you go, guys. 2,800 more points. Fallen Fury can actually win this. And there you go. Miji got wiped there on the top lane. And it's actually a go signal for Fallen Fury to go in. But again, they need to stay put on this because objective is objective. They just need to break the tower and fight afterwards. Again, there is no Momo on this one. No one is trying to hold, but yes, there is a hold. But again, the Plums, the silence on the side of Miji succeeding the defeat there. And Fallen Fury trying to paddle back, but again, the remaining of the players of Fallen Fury is down already. Wow. Tower is almost down again. Pixel health. They
Which
need
is what basically Fallen Fury
one
needs.
one more tower basically, Ciara.
I mean, again, this is just similar to game number 1. because now they have
Siege Cannon again.
Yeah,
Siege Cannon again.
because they have the advantage.
Yeah.
Fallen Fury has the luxury to take their time because this is just two options for them at this point. Either one, just get the remaining kills to, you know, wrap up the 50k, or just get one tower, which is look at the remaining HP of this tower. And this is basically the whole crew
Yeah.
of Migi protecting it as much as they could.
Yes, and here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last points on the side of Fallen
Pixel
Fury.
help for the
Here we go,
tower.
guys. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The last push on the side of Fallen Fury. Trying to clash it out, guys. Pixel health of tower is almost down, guys. Dropping everything there. The silence, the ESF. Good defense there on the side of Migi. Migi right now trying to sustain, trying to push, but they don't want to overextend here. And they're just wiping
rear.
players left and right. Migi is on focus here. Doesn't want to give up that Pixel tower right now. You're seeing here, they're just being kited right here. Migi, please, you need to fall back on this. Fallen Fury right now taking advantage of those players who's trying to catch up on them. Dropping those CCs. And yes, Fallen Fury is just waiting. They're just trying to hide right now.
Yes, look at that.
Wait,
going
what?
Back into there. I did mention earlier from the rear. You were right when you said that they needed to fall back because the rear areas is being flanked
Yeah.
by the members of Fallen Fury to basically destroy that remaining tower.
Yes.
And once again, it worked favorably into their hands. So if you look at the rank reel here, can we go back up a bit, please? Can we go back up before we go? Thank you. It's first, actually, from Team Migi, but although if you look at top 2 to 5, it was basically dominated by Fallen Fury. And if we look at the battlefield status, this time around the total kills were closer in comparison to game number 1. But still, it you know, did the job done. And again, for the sub-battlefield status, it's still highly dominated by Fallen Fury with, I guess this is more of a 400 or 300 plus lead in terms of the kills. And as well as the amount of sustain and objectives secured by Fallen Fury.
Yes. Guys, for those who's watching, we have a champion right
We have
now.
a champion.
Yes. Fallen Fury started from the top, securing everything, all fights, down to the championship, doing 2-0 versus Migi right now with a very, very convincing way to win this match. Saya, I'm actually speechless. How they did it.
I
and
believe this
the
is-
Siege Cannons rep. Oh, that's brilliant. That's really brilliant.
I believe the members of Fallen Fury might be your secret low-key friends.
I
know?
mean-
but then again, we mentioned this from at least even before the both of the games started, right? This is basically Fallen Fury mixing and matching the variety of strats that they have. Because in the very first run, on the very first day that they had, the Siege Cannon strat wasn't there. They were just base pushing. They were rush pushing, to which I believe the other teams were inspired of as well. Because, you know, Fallen Fury, you mentioned it from the top, still securing and still staying at the top until they are crowned our champions. For the side of Migi, however, for both games, they really did control the early phases of the game. It was just really unfortunate that the moment that the second soul flag was stolen from there, the snowball effect came in towards their turf. They weren't able to really defend as intended, or they weren't able to maintain the advantage that they have in the first half.
Yes. And I just want to comment as well on the side of Fallen Fury individually.
Yes.
They can actually perform well.
With only 3 people, 3 to 4 people.
Individually, they're very, very good in PvP. They
Yes.
know what to do. They know what class are they using. They know what to do if Angie's there, if First is there. Basically, they're just knocking him down and fall back. That's how good they are. They're not panicking as well, like what you mentioned. First half, guys, it's all Migi. First half, literally first half. Good performance, good take, good conversion of the tower. But again, It's actually still in the plan on the side of Fallen Fury, dispersing the members in every single way that they can, plus the siege cannon technique.
Yes, I mean, I believe the siege cannon technique is one of the pacemakers for the side of Fallen Fury. If those siege cannons didn't work out, I believe that our games would have been longer. But then again, going back here, let's look at the brackets. Updated ones, of course. And what do we have here?
Yes, and there you go, guys. This is the conclusion of the tournament. Fallen Fury taking the top here. Your champions here for the first Soul Land or Soul Master tournament here in Soul Land New World. They are the champion. They are the best of the best right now for this tournament.
Yes, indeed. Again, congratulations to Fallen Fury,
Yes.
our Soul Masters for the very first Soul Masters tournament. And of course, kudos to everyone
Yes.
who have participated. Just a quick shout out to everyone here. Fallen Fury as our champions, Athena, Villain Era, Nonoy, Arcane Divine, Midji, and Always G.
Yes. Everybody participated well. All the strats, all the fights was really good and intense. And this tournament actually showcased all of the servers as well, all the server representatives, all of the best guilds in that server. So again, this is a tournament that you should be pressing the replay button.
Truly, because I believe that the strats that were showcased by our representatives, right, were basically executed well. And at the end of the day, it's just really about who gets who first, right? But before anything else, I do have a final question for each and every one of you. So, our dear chat, go ahead and answer this question. What's the name of the new expansion featuring Zhao Wu's storyline? Again, what is the name of the new expansion featuring Zhao Wu's storyline? Is it A, Soul Awakening, B, Shadow Flame, C, Sacrifice, or D, Chaos Reign? Again, this is a question to you, our fellow viewers out there. So make sure to go ahead and comment on the chat which you think is the correct answer, because 2 winners get a chance to win Razer Gold Pins.
Yes.
There you go. All right, and of course, again, it has, been such a pleasure for the past, 8 days.
8 days.
It was 8 days.
8 days?
Yes,
Really?
8 days. I thought it was just 4, actually.
4, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding. But again, it has been such a pleasure to have, commentate this amazing journey of our teams, and as well as the game, because, honestly, I was just really new to the game up until I really grinded for it. So the amount of excitement I get whenever my CP increases is really such a wonder, and I am once again thankful for it to be able to cast here.
Yes. Same goes for me. I'm a big fan of GVGs.
Yes.
And it's an honor for me to cast here as well for Soul and New World, especially for the first ever Soul Master tournament. Seeing guilds participating on this type of events actually, uplift other players as well.
Yeah.
That they can actually be on that spot as well. So if your server didn't go into the qualifiers, you don't have to worry, because again, there is a lot of opportunities that you can actually do and
exactly.
join in, and maybe this is a sign that you can actually see or find a new guild that you can actually go for the tournament, or vice versa.
Maybe A Soul Land Masters Season 2.
Yeah.
Never know. But then again, of course, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank, everyone behind this tournament. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without you guys, as well to our beloved sponsors, Razer for the Razer Gold Pins, and as well, to our beloved chat, to our beloved viewers as well, who has been tuning in for the past few days. And it's such an excitement to see each and every one of you. Again, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream, and maybe we hope to see you on future seasons. But we have been your casters for the very first Soul Masters tournament. My name's Ziora, and with me is
Fallen Sanity.
all right, we'll see you on the next ones.